From the very beginning, Ippo treats boxing like borrowed space, like he's been allowed to be there, not like he claimed it. He's grateful, he is polite, he's careful not to overstep. Even when he's winning, there's a sense that he's still asking for permission. Permission to be strong, permission to take up space, permission to hurt someone. That mindset never leaves him. Every great fighter in Hajime no Ippo carries a quiet assumption inside them. Takamura has it, Sendo has it, Ricardo has it. They all believe on some fundamental level that the world owes them nothing and that they're going to take what they want anyway. The belt is not a dream, it's just an object. Something that will eventually end up around their waist because that's how things naturally resolve. Ippo doesn't think like that. He fights like someone who's just happy to be there, happy to test himself, happy to see how far he can go. That sounds humble, and it is. But humility is poison at the top. You can't take everything from another human being if you're worried about deserving it. Watch how Ippo behaves before big fights. He doesn't project inevitability, rather doubt wrapped in determination. It's almost like he hopes things work out. He doesn't expect them to, and that expectation matters. Other fighters feel it. Opponents feel when someone isn't fully claiming the moment. I'm sure you realize this. Ippo never enters the ring thinking, "This is mine." He enters thinking, "Let's see if I'm good enough." That single little difference changes everything. When Takamura fights, he assumes dominance before the bell rings. The fight is just a formality. Even when he's hurt, even when he's struggling, his ego never cracks. He never questions whether he belongs there. Most of the time, he questions why the fight is taking so damn long. That certainty bends reality around him. People break under it. Sando is similar. He doesn't fight to prove himself to anyone. Rather, he just fights because he wants to win and doesn't see a reason why he shouldn't. That raw entitlement makes him dangerous even when he's technically inferior. He believes his violence has the right to exist. And Ricardo doesn't shout it. He doesn't posture. But his ego is absolute, make no mistake. He doesn't rush because Octacore knows the outcome already. The belt is his environment. Challengers are guests. They're allowed to try, but nothing more. The thing with Ippo is he never developed that internal claim. He was raised to be grateful. Grateful to Kamogawa, to boxing, to his opponents for testing him. That gratitude keeps him grounded, but it also keeps him small. He doesn't take victories personally. He treats them like shared achievements, something that happened through effort and luck and support, not something he himself imposed. That's why his confidence never sticks. After every big win, Ippo resets. He never builds an identity, he doesn't internalize dominance, he goes right back to doubting himself, right back to asking questions, and right back to shrinking. Fighters with ego stack victories into belief. Ippo stacks victories into pressure, always, every single time, and thus that pressure crushes him later on. Because when things start going wrong, he has nothing to fall back on. No internal voice telling him, "This is still mine, I am the shit." No ego to stabilize him. He starts searching outward. What would the coach want? What should I do? What mistake did I make? And that hesitation is lethal at the highest level. That's why Ippo struggles to adapt mid-fight. Adapting requires authority. You have to believe your judgment matters more than the structure you were given. Ippo does not trust himself like that. He trusts systems, he trusts effort, he trusts endurance. He doesn't trust his right to impose his will freely. And the cruel irony is that his power absolutely justifies that ego. Physically, he's one of the most gifted fighters in this series. Mentally, he never lets himself own it. He fights like strength is something he borrows temporarily instead of something that belongs to him. Maybe clean victories feel wrong to him. Maybe dominating someone without suffering makes him uncomfortable. It feels undeserved, like he skipped a step. Maybe the pain makes the win feel earned. Ego would demand ownership, and that ownership maybe scares him. So he keeps choosing the harder path, the bloodier path, the path where he can stay humble and invisible even while winning. And eventually that path leads exactly where it always does, to doubt, to damage, to stagnation. It doesn't matter how much he perfects his technique. Until Ippo accepts that he does need permission to be great, that he doesn't need to suffer to justify his strength, and that the ring doesn't belong to whoever wants it most but to whoever claims it hardest, he'll always be standing one step outside his own potential.